Good evening and welcome to it, guys. It is the OMU podcast with your host, Neto Machele. Once again, thank you very much to everybody that has followed the instructions of liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Also, guys, don't forget, for you to be notified of every time we upload a new episode, you have to hit the bell notification so that YouTube can notify you every time we upload a new episode of the OMU podcast. You can also communicate with us on our social media pages, which is LinkedIn, that is Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So today is no different. We're speaking to another great man of Muir. But before we speak to him, I need to give you guys a little bit of an introduction. This one is a bit of a long one, so I will choose which ones to highlight. So this gentleman that we're speaking to matriculated at Muir College in 1970. That is a long time ago. I wasn't even born by then. But he matriculated at Muir College in 1970. In 1979, I think, he was admitted in, what is CASA? I'll ask him, he'll let me know. So he's got a... Is a chartered, so is it the chartered accountant, so like SICA?
That's it.
Okay. So in 1976, he has a certificate in the theory of accountancy from Rhodes University. He's got a BCom degree from Rhodes University. In 1995, he obtained an advanced management program from Wharton University. He's a registered professional accounting he's a member of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. So he's a chartered accountant. So he's worked, so you can imagine from 1970, so he's done quite a bit. So from 1985 to 1995, he was at Eskom as the general manager of the Western Cape distributor. From 1995 to 1997, he was in the Olympic bid for Cape Town. In 1998 to 2001, he was at Portnet. In 2001 to 2005, he was at Fresh Produce Terminal as the managing director. In 2005 till now, he is with various companies, I presume, as an acting MD and CFO, and also a consulting member of the board, like all the boards. Yeah, that's a long introduction. So we're speaking to somebody that's done a lot in life. So hopefully we're all going to learn, including myself, from Mr. Ronnie Kingwill. Mr. Kingwill, tell me sort of your journey from you being a young man and moving over to Muir College.
It's surprising that with your CV that you've read out, that this life journey that I've been on started as a farm boy in Graaff-Reinet. I was born on the farm in Graaff-Reinet and started my school journey on day one as a boarding school boy at Union High. And then at standard 6, I moved to Muir College at the request of my parents to say, let's try something different, because both my uncles matriculated at Muir College and they felt it was a good opportunity to get away from a school where parents dominated the school rather than the pupils dominating the school. So I traveled by train for each of the holidays from Graaff-Reinet to Uitenhage and arrive at 5 o'clock in the morning on my own, and then carry my suitcase up the hill to NC Dugmore at the boarding house and be there in time for the first day of school.
That is quite a journey there from you. I can't imagine traveling overnight and then having to attend school the next morning. So you guys were built different back in that day.
Hey, we were tough, eh? We were tough.
All right. So currently, where are you staying and how is it living there?
I'm living in Cape Town.
Okay.
And I think that it's one of those steps, so rare occasions that in my career, I actually got promoted to Cape Town.
Okay.
Most people leave Johannesburg or try and get to Cape Town because I have to take a demotion to get there.
Yes.
I was very lucky at my Eskom life cycle that I took over the whole of the distribution in the Western Cape.
Mm.
And I've just loved it since then. I've turned down many opportunities since, but having grown up in the Karoo, being able to see and smell the sea every day became a way of life for me.
Yeah, definitely. So I would like to know, right? I know this probably happened years ago, but I'm very interested in the stories that we tell sort of our grandkids about our school days, especially if our grandkids go to the same schools that we go to. So I want you to share with us some of the fondest memories you have from school, maybe a story that you have of a moment that you can remember from school.
I think the catalyst of all of that was the characters of the teachers.
Yeah.
In the day, you didn't have this parental control or the power or the drive from your parents to succeed and be at the top and be at the best. You were there on your own. And so your teachers became huge, big mentors in your life. And their character and their different personalities are things that lived with us for our whole lives. And our group from 1970, we still have a WhatsApp group that we keep in touch with. And we still talk about some of the guys that were then, and the big cranks and the Tom Ferreiras and the Godfrey Stressos. And I heard one of the guys talking about Mr. Owen and stuff like that. These were just legends, and Oddjob Nokia, and they all had nicknames and they had different roles to play, but they each influenced our lives enormously. And at the time that I joined, I was approached by Cecil Clement,
yes,
who knew my parents, and he said, please bring your boy to Muir. I'd love to be his headmaster. And it was my journey was with Cecil Clement. And then my final year was with Ati Marie when he just started. And the style of leadership at that stage was phenomenal. But right then, Eskom's, Muir's rugby team took on a whole new dimension when Ati took over.
Wow. Okay. So
an incident. You want to leave? I'll leave you with an incident.
Yeah, leave me with an incident.
Yeah. I don't know if any matriculant at this stage or anything in the last probably 15, 20 years can say that they were head boy of the school and got 6 of the best as head boy of the school for playing a prank in the class. I think that's something that I'm not going to tell my children about.
I always say that boys will always be boys. Like, no matter when, like you need to, as a young man, explore, and getting 6 of the best probably taught you a good lesson.
But the essence of that was we were playing a prank with the teacher, Mr. Marsdorp. He was our science master, our farmer. And he would just follow the noise around the class. So we each would whistle, but in a sequence that he'd walk around the class trying chasing. And he was standing next to me when it was my turn. And I had the choice to let my classmates down or take the consequences. And at that stage, you don't let your mates down, eh? And that's one of the wonderful lessons.
Yeah. You took one for the team.
Absolutely.
So it's quite special to be having this interview at this period in time, as Muir College is drawing close to the reunion once again. So reunions are a very big part of being an old boy, because you get to go back to the school, sort of breathe the air. Maybe for you, it was in a different building, but in essence, the whole culture of having a reunion sort of has this homecoming and meeting family once again. So I want to know from you if you have participated in any reunions.
It's a very strange thing that when I left school and off to university, the challenges of life were so fast and furious that you're off to army and all that sort of stuff. You immediately forgot your school time. And so the first reunion I attended was our 25th.
Okay.
And because as the head boy, every year I would get reminded, please organize. And I'm sorry, can't be there. So I attended the 25th, our 40th, our 50th, and then the 200 year of the whole school as in its existence, the centennial one. So yes, those were special moments for me. And I think one of the keys to that is when I went there after 25 years and I walked into that founders celebration assembly, and I walked into the school not having been actively involved for 25 years, and the transition and the mix of the school was such, it was dynamic. It was completely different. And because I was involved in the education sector at that stage, I was also aware of what the potential is. And then I saw the discipline, the same ethos in the school throughout. And I just said, this is the single biggest moment for me of hope for our education system. It can work, and it did work. And Muir has set that example, as many schools have, of how transition can take place. And it was a crucial stage of our country. And I've been left deeply touched by that transition.
So I always say to guys that I interview that going to a school like Muir College is almost like a privilege for everybody to attend the school. I'm sure schools like Grey, Queen's College, we don't like to mention them because, but going to boys' schools especially instill a sense of pride in you as a person. You go out there with all the confidence in the world, knowing that you were crafted by great men. So I want to know from you how going to Muir College prepared you to become the person that you are today.
I think the bottom line started of being independent by walking from that station to the hostel on your own. My parents left me. They said, it's your life, you get on with it. And that's very different from today's school kids. They can't grasp it. So that independence that I built up of needing to fend for myself started right there. And I've carried it through life with all its challenges, but that independence, and then on top of that, that very strong discipline. And I hear a lot of the podcasts keep referring back to that.
Yes.
And it's an ethos that is so wonderful to be able to be where I am today and saying that helped create what I am. And we can't walk away from it because that's just what I experience anyway.
Yes. No, that's very, I think also I agree with that, because I was also a hostel boy, and I went to Muir College at grade 8 level, and which is standard 6, and I had a big sense of independence. Every time I went back home, my parents were like, "What's wrong with him? Like he's changed," So very important.
Yeah. The other part of it for me, I was a sports person. I played sport 7 days a week, every day. And if it wasn't organized sport, I was on the tennis wall playing tennis or playing cricket with the guys or going cross country. Every single day, I was able to express my energy on the sports field.
Mm.
And that builds, from different sports. You never specialized then.
Yeah.
You just became a very good all-rounder. And, I loved it. And I still play sport every day when I can.
You've achieved so much in your life already, but I want you to highlight what you believe is your best achievement thus far.
At this stage of life, and I'm now 72 years old,
Okay.
that I got approached by a member in my consulting group and say, Ronnie, please, this company would like you to assist them. And has created such new energy in me and excitement around just being able to take on a whole new environment of what they do and to be able to share experience with professional scientists that are just waiting for somewhere to grow and to give the company a life. And that to me is a real privilege to wake up every morning and to know that I can make a very, very, really small difference to their lives because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And that's my greatest achievement is being able to enjoy every day that I can.
And that's very important, for especially with our current situation where mental health is like very important and a lot of people need to
Exactly,
because work can be stressful, so we're reaching the end of the interview. So at this point of the interview, we always ask our guests to sort of impart some wise words to some of the old boys, and I'm sure you've got something for us.
Interestingly enough, I got asked that very question when I was part of the Cape Town Olympic bid. And I was asked to prepare a quote of why I got involved with it. And has stayed with me forever, is that I want to wake up every morning and in the very smallest way, make some contribution to the economy of the country that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because that's the future of my children, my grandchildren. And if there isn't economic growth, there is no future.
Yeah.
And in my small way, if I can go to bed at the end of the day and say, hell, even if it was 1 millisecond of my time that I made a difference, I have had a good day's job. And that's the word I'd like to share with the guys. And part of that is the power of your network.
Yeah.
You do not lose that power of your old boys network. Today, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It's a powerful, powerful network. Use it.
Cool. That's some good advice. That's a new one for us. So guys, as Mr. Ronnie said, if you are still in contact with some of the guys that you're in school with, do not lose that connection. And this is the reason why we do this, is so that we can connect everybody that has been to Muir College and also encourage maybe other old boys from other schools to come and copy us and do the same thing, because it would be wonderful for there to be a culture of old boys getting together and catching up. But we have reached the end of our interview. Mr. Kingwill, thank you so much for entertaining us with some of the stories and some of the memories from school.
I do have a passing thought though.
Yes, sir.
Please, can we do all future podcasts in the Kruger Park, not at home?
Noted. Right, sir. Thank you for talking to us, and enjoy the evening. Mr. Ronnie Kingwill there, all the way in Cape Town. Matriculated in 1970. That's quite some time ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the OMU podcast. It is, or when this airs, it's probably going to be past the reunion. So I will try to get some footage of the reunion because I'll be in PE in that weekend. So I will try to get footage of the reunion. But guys, please do not forget to please keep on connecting with us on our social media pages. That is on LinkedIn, that is on Instagram, as well as on Facebook. Not OMU podcast, OMU. So Old Muir Union over on our social media pages. You can also like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. When you like the content, the algorithm helps us reach more people. Okay, so we want more and more Muirites or more and more old Muirites to watch these episodes because it is for the old Muirites. So please, guys, like and subscribe, and also hit the bell notification button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new episode of the OMU podcast. So from me, Neto Machele, from the Kruger National Park, I'm saying remain second to none. Cheers.